Alright, we are getting underway here with Antistar versus DZ. And let's watch Anima off this start. We are seeing MacGuffin on Sunken. Now look, this map, it's going to be pretty messy, and actually I think Fears is the man we want to be seeing here, as he's going to be playing this pincer position in mid. This position is critical for controlling the space here. Little bit laggy off the start here. I think that's just my computer grunting along. And Fears is putting this pincer to good work. Does get taken down here, and we're going to see ArtMoney taking this position instead. DZ coming out stronger on the position overall. Fears picks up the MacGuffin, but he's going to get taken down pretty quickly. This is good organization from Antistar. I like that ArtMoney, aka Quat, is taking some time to still make sure that his team are trying to control this central area. But yeah, really nicely played by Antistar there. It felt like they'd really lost control, but they were able to just hold on and get that first MacGuffin onto their base. Now DZ, in theory, have had to invest a lot into moving this MacGuffin across, and we're gonna see what Antistar can do now that they pick this up, this power up. And yeah, this is always one of the risks, right? Like, MacGuffin is really hard to cover solo, just for one thing, but there's just so much going on. But if you have to push in to get that MacGuffin after the initial cap, then you're going to be pushing in and investing resources right before this first power up. Now DZ, they've put in a good effort, they're well grouped together here, and that puts them in a good position to be prepared to face off against this power up. Really well set up from Antistar here though. Again, you know, they kind of, I think, realized that DZ were all grouped up and Antistar wasted no time. Let's have a look at what Anima's doing here over at their base. You know, they're just going to be chilling out. Now, Ultra stacked to the teeth. If he gets support from his teammates here, this could be a really nice push. This initial damage is going to be huge. If they can pick up a pretty clean frag onto Fears, that opens up the point. MacGuffin confidently captured. And it's really hard to know. One of the interesting things I like to look at on this map is which team is more confident on each point. And it looks like this point could be playing to the strengths of DZ here a lot. Especially in that, you know, they're just really strong executors. And once they get a good entrance with Stack, they're going to be pretty hard to stop, right? They're all strong aimers. That said, here comes a coordinated push from Antistar. Oh, Strahl with the turnaround in mid there. I wish we'd actually caught that. And now we're 30 seconds away from power up. DZ, I really like this position for Strahl. Even if this MacGuffin gets picked up, he's in a good spot to get back around exactly here. And, you know, here comes the crossfire. Perfect pickup. And like I was saying, right, like the crossfire was there, the crossfire was ready. DZ are going to commit over to the base here. That's going to make this power up awkward, and let's see who's down here for it. It's going to be basically no one. Anima's down here with something to fight with. Fears the man with Stack. Looks like he's going to be picking up this power up on the exit. And with a mega health here as well, you know, I'm guessing that was just some really slick timing to know that that was the right way to go. This is going to be a confident pickup of this power up. And again, like I was saying, right, the commitment to have to actually, you know, fight for that MacGuffin in mid right before this power up comes, you know, pushing two players all the way around to this base, that gave Antistar a good pickup. And especially with Fears, it looked like coming cleanly off of a red armor as well. Not only a red armor, but then that mega too. Hey, he just had everything on the map. Good machine gun cess here. And that's definitely going to be something that DZ are capable of, right? They will have really good machine gun accuracies. Damage across the board, pretty even. ArtMoney actually with the lowest damage again. You know, ArtMoney, really huge player, but definitely, you know, lower down. just as so much happens with the MacGuffin there. ArtMoney definitely showing up lower down on the scoreboard than we've been expecting. Push comes onto the point here. Strahl able to walk around onto it. Antistar realize that they're undermanned on the point, and they just set up towards mid to try and cut it off. This is going to be dangerous. There's going to be some good pressure here from Antistar. Strahl gets down to basically nothing. He's going to get onto the point, but how long is he going to be on this point for? Anima flying in here. Ultra with the counterplay. It looks like DZ have done enough damage to hold. This is getting scary for Antistar now. Probably the next cap they get will be to deny that 99%. Beautiful coordinated push, right? They've picked up, you know, 2 guns between them and managed a really strong bit of aggression just off of that respawn. everything happening here. Ascent gonna be picking this up, but DZ playing for mid control, hoping that they can stop that MacGuffin getting very far, and here we see Ultra, red armor, Vindicator as well. You know, I do not see Anti-Star holding on to this. Ultra and Strahl pushing up together, just great coordination. Strahl is going to be playing this MacGuffin really, really strongly. Oh, with the Vindicator as well. Right, great support from his teammates here, but you know, they've won the battle but not the war. Holding off Anti-Star, just while this counter ticks down, it's not going to be easy. Ascent touches the point at the last possible second. Holy crap. Alright, let's try and watch a bit more of Anti-Star next time, and let's start this next round on Fears. You know, one of my favorite players to watch, just in the world, let alone the Oceanic region. And this looks like a good spawn for Anti-Star. They get the red. They get this initial pincer position, and Fears on the pincer. You know, this man, he knows how to hit a few pincer shots. So if they control this mid area, right, it's going to mean they have an easier time getting guns. And actually, Strahl getting into Fears' face, right? He's supported by a teammate. He's not going to have much left coming off of it. And honestly, the decision to die there is pretty good, because it means that he's going to have time to respawn and get a gun and then have a presence here. So, you know, he can support his teammate, and that's exactly what we're seeing from above. Some good damage from Fears, but it's not going to stop this MacGuffin getting away. And DZ, you know, we're seeing exactly what we saw last time all over again. Almost. DZ don't actually get the touch, and that does make it a little bit quicker. Oh man, this is such a tight fight in mid. Alright, so the MacGuffin seems like it's going to be staying in mid for this first power-up, and this is going to be pretty scary. Anti-Star have a better dive onto it. Ultra, he's just going to have to count his lucky stars that he's still alive and slip onto his point. You know, definitely a healthy cap there, getting that 7% on the board just because that MacGuffin had been sitting around in mid for so long, but yeah, what a dicey start to a round. This Vindicator on Art Mini is going to go a long way. And yeah, you know, we could even see like 40-50% before this gets broken. No stack on Anti-Star here. No stack on DZ either. Apart from that little base 50 there, that's going to go down beautifully. Strahl pushes out and dies. I'm not sure what exactly he was achieving there, but I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and assume it was something. He's gonna be coming back in here. Like that could have even been a death, so that it was kind of staggered out, right? Like you get the damage, huge clutch here by Strahl. You get the damage so that you can respawn and get a gun and come in healthy. You know, after their next push, right? While you've done that damage to one of them. So. DZ, they're gonna be giving up the MacGuffin, but if we look what's happening in the middle of the map, Art Money, he's here on the pincer, Ultra, he's here on the pincer, Strahl, he is also here on the pincer. Real scrappy fights around red armor, but at least 2 members of Anti-Star are gonna be set up here. Nice opening shots for Fears as well. Again, Fears is not only an offensive powerhouse, but especially a defensive powerhouse, right? He just hits consistent shot after shot. Great call from their teammates there, or a great read at least, that, you know, they would be able to catch DZ making that push. That's going to delay them for quite a while and get them a lot of points on the board. I really love that DZ are making really coordinated pushes. Like, there's never just one of them here. As Art Money goes down again, Fears... yeah, he's been alive for so long here, and I feel like if we pull up the kills and deaths just quickly, yeah, Fears and Ascent really staying alive. But Ascent, you know, Ascent, someone I've played with a lot. Not to get too distracted here as the power up does come up, but you know, a lot of respect for Ascent. He's been playing some great games lately and putting in some good work. Nice suicide to pass that Vindicator off to his teammate Fears. There we go, just like that, Anti-Star are going to be taking the lead, you know. Just beautiful holds here, right? Every time DZ wanted to push in, it feels like, just looking for Strahl here, don't seem to be able to select him. Every time DZ have wanted to push in, it feels like Anti-Star have had an answer. But the stacks are looking good here for DZ. They've gotten a really good entrance. Ultra just plays it quiet, plays it calm, and slips across there really, really easily. So uncontested. That death for Anima is going to hurt them as well, because now, you know, they only have 2 people to push with. This wave of attacks is going to be a lot harder, but they get through with it. MacGuffin picked up. And now they're in this awkward situation as well. Like, Fierce has just died. Anima probably doesn't want to push right now, because if he dies, it's going to slow him down a bit more. He's done great damage, and oh, beautiful timing there with Ascend, actually. Really, really nice kind of like pincer moment. So, you know, if he wasn't supported by his teammate there, this would have been a lot more dicey. The MacGuffin gets dropped in mid. DZ just piling in with the damage. Oh, look at that just cheeky extra little shot there for Fierce. Weirdly enough, I don't seem to be able to select Strahl at all. I'm pressing... Oh wait, hold on, I'm pressing the wrong button. That's my fault, Okay. Into this overtime. Anti-Star trying to keep themselves in this map. Fierce fighting to stay alive, gets the touch. Ascent diving in, Anima rushing in as well. They're not gonna make it. And a pretty nice 2-0 on Sunken there for DZ. Now, I would guess this was the DZ pick. I actually didn't catch whose it was. It's just as... let's take a quick moment before I get too far into the meta. Strahl top damaging. And I know he felt a bit under the weather today, so that's really, really nice. Fierce, 50% rail. I love to see it. We're not going to get time to poke the rest of the scoreboards. That's okay. That's okay. Yeah, DZ, like, they had some really, really good fights. Especially at the end there, diving in at that red. Like, once the MacGuffin was in a vulnerable position, it felt like they really knew how to push in together to pressure it. And they seemed to have a really good sense of, you know, when to die to make sure that they were alive at the right times with the right guns. I think there were 2 or 3 moments in that map where that really, really came into play. Alright, and we're coming down to MacGuffin on Marina. Anti-Star doubling down on this mode, confident that they're going to be able to bring this back to DZ. You know, we'll see. I think Anti-Star's approach, like, they probably aren't going to change much. They're probably just going to try and do the same thing on a map that suits them a little bit better. That's how I feel, at least. Art Money with a beautiful spawn here. Red Armor Pincer. This is where Art Money, aka Quat, wants to be. I talked a little bit of shit about him last game, just because he wasn't as high up on the scoreboard, but, you know, a top quality player is a top quality player, and he's doing exactly what he needs to do right now. Hang back, hit these shots, open up the middle of the map for your opponent. Critical time to miss 2 shots there, actually. DZ really playing heavily onto this red. Art Money forced to dive the MacGuffin. Anima with some huge pressure, but it's not going to be enough to take that away from DZ, and DZ, yeah, power that MacGuffin to their base early on, and now we have to see the situation again. Anti-Star, how much do they commit here, and do they risk giving up the next red and the next Vindicator just to get this MacGuffin home to their base safely? Red goes over to Ultra. That's the first kind of concession to make this this counterplay. Vindicator goes over to Ascent. So well played by him. And yeah, he is going to be spending this heavily on defense right now. You know, he doesn't have that pincer, which makes this defense a little bit more awkward. Forced to get up close and personal, quickly losing all of his stack, and we are going to see this passed over comfortably to Fierce. Fierce, he needs to get this Vindicator onto the point, getting in just in the nick of time there. You know, red armor Vindicator, only a crossbow here on Ultra, it seems. But they've put the pressure on to delay Fierce just enough that they actually couldn't wipe that attack until after the Vindicator ran out. So, you know, interesting strategy there, just wasting Fierce's time. Something I really like to see. And one of my favorite things to talk about in Diabotical and, you know, other arena FPS in general. Just waste people's time. But of course, the clock is working against DZ here, trying to push in. You know, I really think this is the stronger point. I like the coordinated push. They're probably going to pick this MacGuffin up. The question of how far they can get with it is going to be a different story. The throw comes out. The throw does not get him very far. Ultra running for his life. Anima stuck behind here with this pressure. Oh, and Fierce. I think that was a bit of a dud throw from DZ, actually. They probably wanted to get it over that little platform, and they end up with it just stuck there instead. But Strahl, out of nowhere. Vindicator's going to be up in 30 seconds. Strahl just had all of his momentum taken away by that pincer shot from above. It's going to slow him down a lot. Anti-Star, do they have anyone on this point? They don't. Fierce is there a fraction of a second too late to block Strahl off. I love how Strahl moves away there to make sure that he gets that armor and stays alive. You know, he's got rockets. He's got Shaft, he's got Pincer, he has everything he needs to play this strong defense. Vindicator's going to be up, Strahl can rotate into position onto it. It looks like his team are going to be a little bit late. Fierce steals it away. Now, what can go well for DZ here is if they get the catch around Lichen Carpets, but they don't. DZ... Oh, they flip it around! So yeah, kind of what I was saying, right? If that Vindicator dies on their point, then they're ready with a defender, with the Vindicator exactly where they need it. So I'm not sure if that was a deliberate thing, like if they weren't confident making the push, or if they were worried they were going to give too much up if they pushed, and instead just playing to kill the Vindicator as it came into their base. Or if it was just kind of an in-the-moment adaptation that worked out perfectly. But either way, you know, massive turnaround here, again on what I would consider the weaker point. But everyone seems to have different opinions on that. Today I have no co-caster to tell me otherwise, so I'm going to call it the weaker point. But you know, you do expect to see this turnaround, right? It's really rare to see someone go from 0 to 100, you know, just in one holding of the point here. Ascent's gonna be coming around here, no real stack to his name. His teammates, seems like they try and play for a little bit of stack, a little bit of control. That's gonna cost them big time. Strahl gonna get around onto this red while Ultra's pushing through mid. That's absolutely massive, right? DZ were in position onto it. This is the risk though, DZ able to pick these better fights in mid, and Anima, you know, just trying to protect his teammate as he falls away. Surely Ascent gets the touch here. Man, this round is an absolute nail-biter. Oh, huge for Ascent. But yeah, I really feel like Anti-Star need to win this round. You know, just because, like I was saying, I think this point is going to be, you know, just as hard to break DZ on. You just don't want to give him the chance. Overtime comes in, Ascent caught fighting a 2v1.
Enemy MacGuffin.
Anima commits to the Vindicator rather than winning the round. It's an interesting decision, right? Because if you win the round, then obviously the Vindicator doesn't matter, but if you don't, you can leave yourself really vulnerable. So Anima definitely playing it safe here, but that could cost him big time. Art Money, where is he hiding? If I can find the right key. He is back in their base. Anti-Star are going to be over at the purple base. And we've got a standoff. Beautiful route by Art Money here. Perfect. Well, it looks like we're going to be seeing the 99 versus 99. DZ, they're getting no resistance right now. Anti-Star, no doubt, just stacking up for one last big push. Art Money stays alive, hits a beautiful shot, and that first round, that critical first round where Anti-Star are playing the strong point, just tragically goes the way of DZ here. All right, let's see what Ascent does off the start here. I feel like we haven't watched a lot of Ascent, you know, and it's easy when you're playing on a team, you know, with Fears especially, but Anima's doing some great plays as well. You definitely don't want to get overshadowed as Ascent. Like, just Ascent's a great guy and a great player. All right, so some nice scrappy fights in the middle of the map here. This frag could have some significance to who gets the first MacGuffin. Ultra's not going to have any HP, so Anima probably actually comes out stronger off of that. The push from Anima's good, but Ultra can say no. Nice positions there from Anti-Star, you know, just making sure that Ascent had his teammates support when he ran that MacGuffin back. I don't know, maybe realizing that they could afford to mostly just have one guy get in and steal it away, and then supporting him to the point was, you know, the more important detail. Nice fight over red here. Art Money gets away with the whole red though. It's going to be a problem for them trying to use it, trying to spend that red on the Vindicator. Oh wow. I don't know if that was an intentional throw. I know DZ are big fans of the strategy of throw the MacGuffin to just waste so much of their time. And that is exactly what we see there, keeping this fight scrappy and in mid. Exactly where DZ like it. Ascent has done work with this power-up. You know, he's the reason they're at 30-0, right? His power-up play's been so solid, but that power-up is going to be up. DZ, strong positions around. It looks like, you know, they've all got these pincers. Need to make sure they're not getting too caught up in these fights. Oh, if they can get the frag on Anima here, that would be perfect. And Fear's out of nowhere with the support. You know, DZ trying to play the point so safely, making sure they actually get those frags and get the clean pickups, but that's not going to be worth anything if they're just dying before they actually get the MacGuffin away. Strong setup here, Ultra's here to support, good damage. Fear's going to be stuck fighting Ultra, meanwhile ArtMoney trying to run this MacGuffin through mid. Oh, good position there. ArtMoney's going to be railable. No power up on the horizon, not for another 30 seconds, so he's going to be pretty safe just playing it quiet, playing it slow. You know, no real items on the map either. Here's Fears. MacGuffin goes down. Fears and Anima, you know, kind of have that side of the map on lockdown. And MacGuffin taken down. Nice throw over the top by ArtMoney. And he's going to get the first 8% in one cap as well. Pretty nice. Alright, power up shortly. Oh, the MacGuffin starts to go down towards that point. Yeah, just not really the stack on DZ to contest that. Ultra on 1 HP, just staying alive for so long here. Gets the frag on Anima at the perfect moment, and it feels like so many of these power-ups, right? They go to Anti-Star, and then Anti-Star just hand them over to DZ on a silver platter at third base, right? Yeah, Ultra here, he's ready to defend again. He's stuck in a 3v1. I can't swap to his point of view fast enough, unfortunately. But even with that power up, the 3v1's a little bit too much of an ask. Fears, he's going to be stomping through the map. Red armor as well now. The power up runs out, but that's not going to be a huge deal. DZ, it looks like they're going to be just fresh respawns here. Stroll rushing as well there. That feels like that delays their push a little bit. And, well, with how you know, one-sided this map's been so far, I don't know if any delays are really going to work for them, but solid fighting here. You know, ArtMoney especially getting past that slow food before it comes up has a huge impact. Ultra commits to the close-range shotgun fight against Fears, and everything is scrappy right now. The stacks are being obliterated off the map. But in the middle of this, ArtMoney's picked up the red. So I think, you know, one of the most important things here is that it feels like, you know, when these fights are scrappy, DZ know how to get onto items and how to stack themselves back up for it. But the shotguns of Anti-Star are ridiculous right now. Seriously, like, the damage they're doing with shotgun, that's what's making the difference in some of these runs. They're just catching DZ off guard. Ultra knows this red armor's up for him. The fight for Anti-Star's good. They focus down Strahl. Ultra doesn't want to just get stuck sitting at base not achieving anything. Strahl picks up the Vindicator, but with no stack, ArtMoney needs to get in here because his teammates are so weak right now. Good pickup by Strahl there. You know, a nice unreturned bit of damage. The slow field, the implosion, I mean. We need some huge clutch here from Ultra with the Vindicator, and it's not quite enough. It's Fears with the Vindicator and the MacGuffin. The pincer goes an absolute mile. And so much for me calling this one the strongest point. It feels like Anti-Star really knew how to play this, I don't know, I guess point B, I'll call it. I can never tell which one's A and which one's B. Alright, well here we go. This could be the last push of this round for DZ, and it looks like Anti-Star know how to defend it. Perfect. Perfectly played there. So round 3, we're going to see the points open. The first team to take the MacGuffin is going to get to pick which point they want to play. And maybe it should be that point. The what I have been calling the weak point. Let's see what Anima does here. He should be happy with this spawn. And he goes down, unfortunately. You never want to see a pincer player going down right at the start of the round. It's some really solid aim and some solid pressure from DZ to make this happen. And now Ultra. You know, last round we saw ArtMoney missing some shots. We just saw Anima missing some shots. Let's see what Ultra does here, because Ultra is a machine. DZ playing that red armor again. Every round they are so intent with how they play this red armor. Defend your base. I should say they're playing that red armor with intention. Good pickups here for Ultra. You know, Fierce picks this up, but he's absolutely screaming. And there is no teammate there for Anti-Star. So yeah, maybe this is actually the strong point. DZ want to play it. Anti-Star dominated it. Vindicator comes up. A bit of back and forward on the point there. Ascent's gonna get in. Beautiful pickup with that shotgun. Wow, and DZ just chip away at it there. So again, even though the power-up goes the way of Anti-Star, DZ just don't seem concerned at all, right? Artmoney's gonna come in here, he's stacked to the teeth. He can hit these shots. Good pickup onto Ascent. Again, like, that puts Anti-Star in an awkward situation where they have to decide, do they now delay their attack until Ascent can get back up and get a gun? Or at least, you know, get into a position to push. Artmoney pushes in for that red. The MacGuffin's gonna get stolen away, but Artmoney's here and tanked. Anima knows he has to distract. And here goes Ascent underneath. He's met with some hot competition. Anti-Star are here. They know which way this MacGuffin's coming. It's coming, you know, the obvious way. Good pick up onto Strahl there. And Anti-Star clutch it. You know, they just got into position sooner and made the damage when they needed it. Alright, Anti-Star getting the touch. Oh, great pressure here from DZ though, and again, right? Like, DZ, when they make these coordinated pokes, they're really making short work of them. And we know that Anti-Star couldn't be here, we've just seen enough of them die. Confident cap. Man, this round is, weirdly enough, the most one-sided so far. Or as one-sided as last round, I should say. The most one-sided in favor of DZ so far. Alright, Vindicator going over to Artmoney. Probably should have caught that. Man, it's hard to commentate MacGuffin solos. This is my first attempt at it. I hope I'm doing okay. Artmoney, dominating position. Yeah, just playing around these sounds, and the pressure from his teammate is so big that the throw comes out. Oh, Artmoney, you've got to hit the shotgun. You've got to hit these shotguns up close. You can see him kind of like shoulder into his teammate, I believe. That's so that if you drop the Vindicator, your teammate just gets it. Either way, the power of the shotgun, you know, like we saw Anti-Star dominating with it last round. This round, it feels like DZ had kind of got the memo. Huge play from Ultra there, just, you know, insane amounts of damage. That Guff is going to be sailing through mid. Ascent picks it up, he gets the throw just as the, you know, just at kind of the last minute. So much back and forward here. Artmoney puts the pressure down in mid, he's going to tie Anima up and actually get the frag. Overtime comes in, all three members of Anti-Star killed, that is going to be it. GG, 2-0 to DZ. Crazy. Ultra's damage was massive, Fierce's damage was massive. I want to see, yeah, that's a lot of shotgun. Ascent, not so much shotgun. Anima, even less shotgun, wow. So even though I was talking about how much shotgun damage there was, yeah, I guess just when they chose to use it was more important. That's a lot of pincer damage on Artmoney there. So what a great series from all three players, from all six players I should say, all three players per team. I love all of them. Really well played. DZ, you know, it just felt like when they knew they could push the point because there was only one guy on it or something, they were able to get all three players together and make that push very, very quickly. Anti-Star had some really great plays and especially defensive setups, but it felt like DZ were just a little bit ahead on aggression and were so confident that they weren't even contesting some Vindicators. They were able to just let Anti-Star take them and then take them back kind of at their discretion. So yeah, great game to watch, really exciting. Thanks to these guys for letting me tune in. I hope you've all enjoyed it. If you have games you want me to check out, feel free to email me. My shiny new email address, gaming@tommarks.xyz. It's going to be in the video description. Other than that, I think that's about all I have to say. So, I'll catch you all next time. I've been Phylum. Goodbye.